Here are the teams, OMG versus World Elite. Fingers crossed we can get this game underway.
Okay, I'll see a long time waiting for you guys, and we have to apologise for that as well. Myself and GoGo Gadget have been sitting here, waiting for the game to get underway. If you're not sure who we are, well, my name's Uber. GoGo Gadget joining me here. We're actually casting this one from Australia. We aren't at Shanghai as much as we'd perhaps like to be now, so we are here on the tournament client, bringing you, obviously, some of the action here from the IEM Shanghai. And obviously, guys, this is the second semi-final, and the winner of this one will be feeding, it's a best of three, of course, the winner of this one will be feeding through to the grand final. All right, so that's going to be tomorrow as well. It's going to be a best of 5 affair. And I'd be interested to see if we can get this best of 3 all done sort of before we have to finish. I know things sort of close up in Shanghai, 5 p.m.-ish. So I have to see how that goes. But nonetheless, we're going to load into the game now. And, OMG have been rampant. They have been absolutely on form lately. They obviously took first place in Stars War 8, where World Elite kind of fell away in the first round of the grand finals. They went down 2-1 to IG. So this is, I guess, their chance at redemption. It's their first time they played sort of, since the qualifiers. And this is the one we wanted to see. A lot of eyes are on World Elite now to see if they can silence the critics and play some of that League of Legends that we've seen them play in the past.
Yeah, that's right there. So it looks like I'm just going to have to retry the connection like I did last game. Hopefully that is all sorted out there. So actually, while we're sort of loading into the game here, let's get a bit of a vote in chat, or if you want on Twitter as well with the hashtag IEM. Let us know, who do you think will win this best of 3 series, OMG or World Elite? So I'm interested to know, who the favourites are. Of course, OMG, they're at the top of their game at the moment. They're at the top of the LPL split. And, World Elite, they're slightly more of a fan favourite team, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right. They have been. They're a dynasty in China. I mean, even going as far back as their Warcraft 3 players as well, of course, Sky. World Elite though, and have been strong. Season 2 was a good time for them actually until they went to Korea and played in Champions, Azubi Champions. I think it was summer. It was 2012 anyway, and actually went down to CLG Europe sort of in the final stage of that one though. But they've sort of been oscillating, I'd like to say, a little bit in terms of their performance right now. So what we'll do is we'll wait and we'll get confirmation that you're in the game, and we'll see how that happens. I'm
in the game, so I'm going to head back 15 seconds, Uber. That leaves me at 103, 104, 105.
All right.
So I can just, in fact,
I just work on getting in time with you, mate. So
yeah, no, that's right. In fact, what I'll do is I'll actually jump to live. So I think I know the issue, and then I'm going to head back 15 seconds. So 15 seconds behind live I am right now. So it's 128, 129, 130.
Awesome, right, so we're pretty much in time there. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little bit tricky to work the Chinese tournament client as well. We've got like connection issues and all that sort of thing, but we're in the game. I'm pretty sure we're synced up for time now. IMG are sort of all clustered around their blue buff area. Sam, Pomelo, Lovely. Try and work on that one now. It's cool, just sort of walks in the mid lane for a little bit there. We're going to see potentially the double golems worked here by going. I'm not sure what's going on. We do actually, we do have a potential lane swap here. Obviously, we do see going down here in the bot lane. But that may have been anticipated because both AD carry and support combinations seem to be headed for the top lane.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Big Pomelo going up there with San as well, and they're going to meet Wei Xiao and Fizz up there. So, as we see Fizz up there, just getting a little bit of a few auto attacks onto Big Pomelo. But yeah, in the meantime, in the mid lane, this is a very favourable matchup for Messiah on this Ahri, and Cool's going to have to play it very sort of cautiously, especially around 6, because Messiah on that Ahri is going to have a lot of kill potential.
Okay, so Solar Lane is yet to make their way to the bot lane. We did see going sort of go back after I think he took the doubles there, and he's going to come out with a door and shield just to make it a little bit easier to shrug off some of that poke. Of course, it's going to be coming out of Zhao Mei at the moment. So we'll make sure that we get also everyone's portraits lined up for you guys, as you expected. But so far, Cool Messiah, I mean, it's going to be an important lane as well. Obviously, the mobility of Ahri is going to allow her, hopefully, to respond. But in the global sense, there's actually nothing specific on World Elite that they've sort of brought in to counter that. So counterplay to that Twisted Fate later on in the game will be interesting there. So it is the Aqua Prison hit onto 1M. And, of course, that's Fizz. Everyone likes to change the name every now and then. But, yep, early on, not a great deal going on. Loving going to take away the race here. Maybe angle towards the mid. Trolls has popped his head in there as well.
Yeah, that's right there. So, I mean, Wei Xiao and Fizz, if they're going to have a pretty, I want to say a pretty nice time up in this sort of top lane or duo lane, what have you, obviously, you know, Twitch can get a little bit of early burst coming out and combine that with a nice death sentence by
the death sentence, as I say it though, on the Sun, and we did see him go down straight away, so a nice expunge from Wei Xiao as well, and that was so very, very quick. All we saw was Sun get hooked in. We saw the auto attack come out from Fizzip as well, and Wei Xiao, they completed that kill, so that's the first one of the match, going over the World Elite.
Yeah, just as I was saying that, exactly, the death sentence, it is exactly that, a death sentence, so that's why World Elite have pretty much peaked that lane there, and you know, early on, first blood, that's pretty good for them.
That's right, Go Going, he's got to hot foot it out there at the bot lane, does see Troll come down and show his face there in the mid lane as well. Yeah, just pretty standard trading back and forth early on. In fact, Cool's got the advantage in terms of CS, but really wouldn't be riding home about that one now. That first kill, obviously, bolstering World Elite as they work through the early stages of this match.
Yeah, exactly. But in terms of the lanes, in terms of the solo lane, I should say, down in the bottom, Go Going, obviously taking on Xiaomei down there, I do believe. You know, it's a pretty even lane. Obviously, you know, Zach has so much sustain that harassment Kennon's not going to matter too much.
Well, the Door and Shield also is a very, very important pick up there as well. We're going to shrug a lot of those auto attacks, especially with Kenna coming in with that Doran's Blade as well. Oh, wow, on the top lane, though, a lot of damage going to Wei Xiao. Big Morello drops fairly low as well. We're going to see the barrier popped on Wei Xiao. Big Morello's in deep trouble, and another one for Fizzip there. It's his second kill, and still none going over to Wei Xiao. But of course, assist gold is good gold. And I tell you what, that combination from World Elite so far has been completely electrifying.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, 2-0 in that duo lane so far to World Elite. You know, there are a lot of reasons, a lot of very good reasons why, you know, many people do claim that Wei Xiao is the best AD carrier in the world. And so far in this lane, he's definitely proving it, going up against OMG already. Their lane's 2-0.
Yeah, you know, good feeling about World Elite early on in this game. Lovely positioned in that top lane. Obviously, you know, Fizzip and Wei Xiao fairly low. If he can combine well with that Sun on the Ezreal in that lane, always just popped out of the bushes here. I don't know if he intended to do that, so he has given himself away, and he's not going to make anything out of his position there. So a little bit of time lost there, but hey, Big Morello returns to the lane. It may have been just a deterrent presence there from Lee Sin.
Yeah, that's right. There in the meantime, Messiah back in the mid lane. He's picked himself up a few, a few Doran's rings there. Got himself the crystalline flask as well for a little bit of sustain against Cool. But you know, Cool, he's having a pretty decent time so far. In fact, he is 10 CS ahead of Messiah in that middle lane. So not something that we'd exactly expect in that matchup.
Going to have to let was considering going back there. I don't really think he wants to engage in any sort of extended farming sessions with his opponent with how low he is right now. We do see the Messiah angling towards the top lane here, just stepping up that river a little bit now. Not a lot of ward coverage. In fact, I'm going to go with 0 ward. Oh wait, no, there's a ward right there. Sorry, so a ward each in that tri-bush now. Messiah, if he'd considered coming from river, it might have been okay. But he's going to head back to his lane now. Troll is nearby as well on that top side, taking away double golems.
Yeah, that's right there. So in the meantime, you know, Xiaomei down there in the bottom lane, he's having an easy time, 39 CS to 31. So, you know, the gap isn't too major, but as we see a little bit of a trade up in the top lane. But yeah, this team comp that World Elite's going for, I really like it because it's sort of got a little bit of everything, but specifically lots of CC. You know, they've got Thresh, Ari, Kennen, and of course that Cocoon from Elise. So, you know, when it gets to team fights, it's going to take some really good positioning and, you know, careful sort of play by OMG.
Okay, Bilgewater Cutlass coming up here for Wei Xiao. We do see that Sapphire Crystalline Sun as well, so perhaps an early pick for that item. Talk to me about that one. He's taken that really quite early on.
Early Sapphire Crystal, I mean, we've seen it. He's going to build a tier out of that. That's like we've seen the last couple of games. There we are, it's picked up now. So, you know, 7-minute tier, not that early, but I mean, it'll do, basically. You know, he'll have it stacked up by the time, you know, I want to say sort of later mid-game team fights roll around, so that should be all right for him. But of course, like we always do say, you know, that tier in the lane, you know, doesn't really offer too much in terms of trading potential. Really, just is a mana sustain on him, obviously. So for now, he'll be a little bit weaker in that lane.
Okay, and of course with the Bilgewater Cutlass on Wei Xiao, he's going to be even that much more scary. Messiah going to take away that blue buff as well. Of course, Cool has one of his own in that Tango Twisted Fate skin. We do obviously see here in the bot lane, Lovely in the vicinity Going getting shoved quite heavily onto his tower. So, you know, despite picking up that door and shield, now Xiaomei putting a lot of pressure on him as well. And going despite his, you know, strong innate sustain on Zac, having a little bit of a tough time.
Yeah, yes, and you know that Dawn's Blade Star really is sort of indicative of what Xiaomei wanted to do in this lane. That's, you know, really deny going out of some creeps, you know, make sure he's low enough that if any gank comes in from Loveland, you know, potentially Xiaomei would have been able to pick up a kill, and he's playing this lane really well so far. So, looks like in the meantime, actually got the pings out there from OMG around the red area where Troll is at the moment. So they don't actually have any ward coverage at the moment, but who knows? Might be looking to make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, Troll showed his face in mid lane and then sort of headed up, so it's a fairly educated guess about his proposed route. They're lovely and they're positioned in the bot lane here. We do see Xiaomei fairly well extended. We're going to see an elastic slingshot as well, but the lightning rush is a good one. Cool wants a piece of it as well, but fantastic anticipation right there from Xiaomei. Blue, well, essentially wasted, I guess, that ult from Cool. Now Messiah's going to have a bit of fun in that mid lane in his absence. Very, very good reaction. Well, we use lightning rush here, and I don't even think OMG want to stop the dragon because Messiah is shoving this minion.
Yeah, no, probably not. I mean, Messiah there, he's having a pretty easy time in the mid lane, but that was just a fantastic flash there. Great mechanical display by Xiaomei that pretty much saved him from that gank, and that's a lot of resources burned, you know, just to burn the flash of a cannon. So, World Elite, they're going to be pretty happy with that, and they're in a very good spot.
Alright, World Elite going to take away this top outer turret as well. Pretty much forced Sun Pomelo straight off it with Troll's presence there. We're going to see Dragon started off by Lovelin as well, obviously, given that there's that heavy World Elite presence on the top side. Cool going to come down as well. Going's going to try and get out of the lane when he can. We see Lovelin going very, very low. Messiah not really wanting to poke his head into this one, although at least him looking very low on health. Only about 100 health left, so this is going to be quite a risky Dragon to take away, but important gold, obviously, for OMG after losing that top outer turret now. Cool. Just head down to the bot side, and of course we've got a heavy push again in the mid lane. Messiah and Troll now has joined him, so some good objective focus here from World Elite. They want those towers.
Yeah, definitely, and Troll here making his presence known pretty much in the lane so far. He's pretty much focused on farming, I want to say, and really just, yeah, coming into the top lane, coming into the mid lane now, and getting these towers down.
Alright, so Cool. Oh, tell you what, that Orbit Ascension does a lot of damage. And Cool, going to go fairly low from that. 2 Doran's rings. Obviously going to add a fair spike of AP. And we do see, well, Fizz sort of just around the mid lane here. Might be looking to capitalise or make something happen here. Has left Wei Xiao on his own in the bot lane. A lot of presence from both teams around this mid turret. And it's looking fairly low, down to about 40% of its health. But Messiah's going to head on back. We do see Xiaomei in the top lane as well, just farming it up.
Yeah, that's right. Wei Xiao down in the bot lane. Looks like he's building a Blade of the Ruined King there. You know, pretty powerful on Twitch. Obviously, all of those, you know, procs do work on the spray and pray. So, you know, once he gets that up, then he's going to be dealing a lot of damage in team fights. Couple that with, you know, a few stacks of the poison into the expunge, then it's a pretty scary rat. But for now, though, we've got some pings onto Loveland there. I think World Elite did notice him potentially heading into their jungle, but Going is there as well. Loveland just looking for the ward and actually staying around, so potentially looking to steal a red buff or maybe gank top.
Yeah, no, Xiaomei quite extended without wards. He's heading down the river. This might be a dangerous choice of position for him. He was very, very quick on the lightning rush last time, but here comes the green giant. And we're going to see it ult as well. So Cool, trying to create any opportunity he can for openings. And we do see this last maelstrom come straight out of Xiaomei, but he gets completely jumped on here, extending without wards. True shot right, just whiskers past, not able to take him out there. But I really think it's a matter of time. Xiaomei, not much he can do there. And there we go. So didn't give away first blood here, but it went down there, of course. So, you know, a little bit of a mini gang squad there, of course, and we're going to see that pressure from Cool being applied on the global scale with Siren Troll trying to shove mid lane in Cool's absence.
Yeah, and meanwhile in the bot lane we actually saw the box popped by Fizzif there, but he's just going to back out, and also notice that Cool actually managed to blow his flash. I think potentially was in a sticky spot around his blue, so that will actually be the middle tower going to World Elite. 2-0 in towers at the moment.
It's OMG going to pick one up in response to the top outer turret here, and well, I mean, they worked for it. They hunted Xiaomei down and picked him off. It took 3 of them. That's what allowed World Elite to get that mid turret now. So World Elite obviously up in terms of those objectives.
Red team's turret is
and in the bot lane as well, a lot of pressure being applied. This Twitch lane has been a little bit too much for Sana Pomelo to deal with at length, especially when we are seeing Troll come down and assist. So it's another turret down for World Elite, 3-1. Gold lead, you know, getting up to about 1.2k gold at this point.
Yeah, that's right, but look at this, Loveland and going there, just sort of potentially looking to start out that red buff, but no, they're collapsing on towards mid lane. Messiah and Troll, they might be in trouble.
No, we're going to burn the Spirit Rush here. Messiah does get knocked up, and the Let's Bounce comes down as well. Last iteration of the Spirit Rush is burned, and Messiah going to have to back away. Got the Ignite ticking down as well. So we have a strong OMG presence in the mid lane here. Troll coming through just to try and hold a little bit. And that ward being placed, of course, for the jump, and not for vision because, oh my god, it's next to a tower. So after that one, we're going to see Messiah back away. No kills from that one, but a strong showing. Very brutish play from OMG.
That's right. And, you know, OMG at the moment, they're only about 1k gold behind. You know, and in terms of how well their team scales, you know, they've got Cool on TF. TF, he works pretty well as long as you can, you know, help your team, you know, help your lanes out early on. You know, through those ganks, through that destiny, and so far we've seen some of those work, and some of those, like the one down bot lane onto Chiame, just didn't connect. So, yeah, OMG just not too far away from the lead at the moment.
That's right, and you can't separate Loveland and Going, holding hands sort of all the way around the map there, and they're combining to create opportunities for Cool to jump into, and obviously that's what we saw the pick off on Xiaomei there as well. But you know, they're bleeding towers a little bit here. World Elite are, you know, despite you know, some awkward situations with Xiaomei getting caught out of position, they are pressuring objectives and they are doing it well. You know, gold lead is only 1,000 gold, but you know, later in the game, you know, having those turrets down is going to be very, very important, especially when they can hold their own. Troll's got that Oracle's out already. That's a 14-minute Oracle's on the jungler, and we're also going to see Fizzip just try and ward up around the Dragon area as well. But have a look at these. OMG got 3 people in position around the mid lane. They are a little bit concerned. Can't quite see all of what's going on for World Elite. So they're just going to try and have the right people in the right place, and that's the mid lane.
Yeah, that's right there. So, I mean, now that, you know, now that Wei Xiao has finished off that Blade of the Ruined King, that's going to be really helpful to him. You know, if World Elite do decide to try for a team fight at this 15-minute stage of the game, but, you know, Big Pamela, they're just getting some wards around the place, but not a very high warding game, as we're sort of used to seeing and expect from these Chinese teams.
Yeah, that's right. So World Elite now looks like they're angling down towards the river. Messiah, I'm sure he's leading his crew there. Going to clear some wards out, I think, is the main plan. They obviously want to get control of this dragon pit for the impending spawn of the great beast. OMG also heading down that way as well, spotted out by a pink ward here, and that's Sun. So Sun's going to take away his race in full vision, or almost full vision with that war timing out now of World Elite. And we just see Messiah just splitting bot, just pushing that in a little bit as well, and Xiaomei's going to join the party in mid.
Yeah, so Xiaomei at the moment, let's take a look at his items. He's actually gone for the sort of maximum CC builders, you know, as I like to say, that realize rush first. Basically means that in any team fights, it's going to be really hard for OMG to sort of, you know, move around. They're not going to be very mobile because every tick of that slicing maelstrom, that's going to hit that realize off.
Okay, so now Dragon to be started off by World Elite here. OMG looks like they want to shove mid in response. Going to head straight on down. They probably realise they can't get in time. They do want to contest this now. It's going to be all 5. Oh, lovely, fantastic steal. Get straight in there. He will go down for it, but so worth, he will say. We do see the Destiny pop by Twisted Fate there, but both teams, oh wow, no, the flash coming in from Xiaomei. He's going to get stunned out into that as well. 2-shot rush, swinging on through Messiah, leading the charge there, but really nothing for World Elite to jump on there. So it was a kill for a Dragon. Looks like we might see an engagement from Going here. Manages to cut Messiah out. We're going to see the Spirit Rush is going to be popped now, and a charm down on the Going. A lot of damage coming out from Messiah as well, but Going soaks it up nicely. Still 5 up for World Elite right now. Obviously Loveland sacrificed himself to take the Dragon. That was a fantastic smite steal. It's what you expect at this level, and now because of that steal, the gold lead, the gap is very, very small, and 400 gold in it.
Yeah, that's right, and you know, Troll on that lease didn't manage to use his smite there, so yeah, like you said, very well played to Loveland. But you know, while we've got a little bit of a break in the action, let's take stock of the items, see what we've got. Interesting, actually, both mid laners deciding to rush that Abyssal Scepter, and looks like Cool, he's got himself a Sheen as well, just for a little bit of extra burst. Obviously going to be building that one into a Lichbane later on in the game, but for now, Messiah, you know, he's probably going to be picking up some Sork Shoes next. Just really itemizing in towards that magic pen.
Okay. All right. So guys, don't forget to vote as well in the raid call poll. Head over to raidcall.com/page/IEM LOL. We'll have the link up for you guys as well. And if you guys vote, you get a League of Legends badge in the raid call channel as well, so you can be a part of the action. You know, no matter where you are, all around the world here. We do see Xiaomei in the top lane as I cheekily segue straight into the game after that one. Way down now. Going to clear bot lane out as well. And we do see Fizz going to throw that ward in there as well. So cool. Got himself around in the bot lane at the moment. So everyone fairly scattered after that Dragonflight. Lovely going fairly low to Messiah there. It's going to back right away with Sun.
Yeah, that's right there. So, cool. He is spotted by that ward, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. In the meantime, in the mid lane, Messiah just clearing out those waves, and he's sitting on about 1.5k gold at the moment. So, does have quite a bit saved up. But OMG, they're not letting go of this pressure down in the bottom lane. They're potentially looking to try for the tower, and definitely looking to try for a kill if they can get one.
Okay, so OMG sort of backing off and maybe not valuing that objective so much at this point. Getting sort of funneling towards the mid lane. Xiaomei coming down from top as well. Nice little push on that wave. So Going's obviously going to be tied up with that for a little while. But again, a lot of positioning in the mid lane, and the teams are dancing back and forth. And the only real semi-fight, I guess, we've seen get this game was over that dragon. That was really just lovely jumping in and going down. And of course, we saw the tidal wave for the disengage. So quite a passive game, especially if you look at the last series with Royal and IG. Typically, both teams are ridiculously aggressive.
Yeah.
In this game, they're a lot more measured.
Yeah, definitely. It's sort of reflective of what OMG does typically try and do with their objective control. A few weeks ago in the LPL they were against, I forget, but one of the newer teams in there. And by 5 minutes they were, they were behind the second tier turret and diving the in-hit turret for kills. OMG, they really like playing this sort of objective focused game. That's what they're comfortable with, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. So for the moment, San on that Ezreal is getting that stacked up there. 620 mana, so not too far away from the Mira mana. And in the meantime, Xiaomei just clearing out that top wave. Be interesting to see. We'll probably go for a Zhonya's next.
OMG quite brazenly, I've got two players, of course, going and Loveland, brothers in arms. They're just going together and taking away those golems. So very brazen positioning, as I said. They really push themselves up here. They're going to try and water it out. I don't know if they're aware, though, of the World Elite presence in this jungle. Now, when I see a flash from Troll, though, he managed to get the cocoon onto going as he was in mid-air. Troll's in big trouble. Cool wants the piece of this one as well. Going to see the repel out of this one, but there's nowhere to go. And there we go. Loveland's going to pick up that kill on the Troll. Xiaomei comes in, though. He's going to get that slicing motion down, but only going to hit onto going right now. Wei Xiao and one him up, pulling up the rear here. Cool's got that yellow card locked in. Flash Hawk, but it's not going to hit onto Cool. Cool's going to be out of back way, but in the meantime, Messiah takes down Big Pomelo in a 1v1. Messiah now trying to catch up. Lovely caught in the box. Lovely manages to safeguard over to going, but going now going to go very low. Ignite ticking away on Lovely. Lovely with 5 health left. 5 health now, and going is going to get caught as well. Straight in the middle of World Elite. He's going to get popped up, and what a messy fight all over the map. But at the end of that one, it's going to be a 3-for-none fight, if I'm not mistaken. So very, very well played there. No, we lost Trolls, a 3-for-1, and Loveland, master of escapes, got out with 5 health points.
Yeah, that was a little bit too close for comfort there on Loveland's side. In the meantime, though, while that was happening, we've got San down in that bottom lane. He's just taking the tower, so it's going to help OMG a little bit in terms of map vision, global gold, all of that good stuff. And after that fight, looks like World Elite, they're going to back out and get some buys coming out. So actually got a bear sword on Wei Xiao. He's starting to look pretty scary on the rat.
Alright, you can put a tissue over these two teams right now. 300 goals separating him, 3 turrets to 2. The kills in World Elite's favour, but really, that's not speaking for too much right now. World Elite, obviously, they want to continue to press their objectives. Dragon is going to be one that they're looking at as well. And Baron becoming more relevant now as we head later into the game. World Elite, though, obviously have all of those outers down, so they're feeling good about it, but they want to extend themselves. They want to try and do that. We do see Fizz and Messiah is going to clear some wards in the mid lane here. Cool. Over at top lane there, just trying to push it in. So, players going wherever they please at the moment, just to try and keep pressure on those lanes, but heavy OMG presence in the mid lane. We got 4 of them, and they're going to try and push this wave in. They want this mid outer turret.
Cool's destiny is actually just coming up, so he does have the option, maybe get a little bit of split pushing happening, but for now, World Elite, they're just going to be clearing out this wave in the mid lane here, Uber, and OMG, they have to be pretty careful. Already we can see lots of damage coming back and forth, and OMG, they actually have quite a lot of poke. So what they're going to be looking to do is, wait until World Elite get a little bit low from those mystic shots and the wild cards until they either engage or accept an engagement.
Alright, well, obviously, as I said, Dragon is now respawned. He gets pulled out a little bit there by Big Pomelo, but the mermaid just trails off there. Doesn't really want to get caught amongst the tour de force, you could say, that is World Elite now. Dragon, obviously, is something that's going to be contested. Lovely. Just going to give it a bit of a tap there. Dragon going to regain all that health. It doesn't really matter. So both these teams trying to gain position right now. Messiah off to the side in mid lane. Just going to push that wave in as well. See a lot of the OMG guys still around the mid. So World Elite creeping up on this one. You're going to see a Thundering Shuriken come out there as well. So they're going to start this one off. But now, how do OMG respond to this? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, OMG, they're not all in a spot where they really can. Loveland's down in the bot lane. That's a Dragon to World Elite. Uncontested, completely free. And World Elite may even look to try and initiate off that.
Okay, well, they got their Dragon. That's what they want. They want to try and keep themselves in the lead in terms of gold, and they do. They have about a 1.3k gold lead now. World Elite going to start applying the pressure. They're moving up their battlefront, you could well say. You know, you could draw it straight from corner to corner of the map where the river is, but with all those outers down, they can traverse a little bit further into enemy territory, and that is exactly what Salmate's doing right now, trying to get some wards down there. World Elite want to catch out some players and then start to go for the big juicy objectives. Force the 5v4 fights. Looks like Loveland as well. Just checking things out over here towards the Wraith Pit of World Elite.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, World Elite just kind of heading toward... Well, they're grouped up, that's for sure. Ooh, jeez, wow, that did not look good.
Very, very lucky.
Very much so. So World Elite, they're putting some pressure onto this second tier middle tower at the moment, and they definitely can afford to do so as long as they, don't take too much damage from all of OMG's poke while they're doing so. It looks like though they're splitting off, and a troll doesn't quite find Loveland.
Okay, so yeah, we saw Tessence and a Cocoon sort of burn on trying to lock down Big Pomelo. They will burn whatever they can to try and catch out a play from OMG right now, because they probably have a sense as well that this gold lead is very, very close. These teams are very evenly matched, and if you look over in terms of kills, can I say Fizzip's got 3 kills, so a lot of gold going over to the Chain Warden there. He's got himself a Shurelya's Reverie, so when World Elite can corner these players, they're definitely going to want to jump on them now. Ping over at Baron as well. So 25 minutes is about the time you want to start thinking about that. Let's see how World Elite try and canvas this area and make it their own.
Yeah, so World Elite at the moment, if a team fight was to happen, right now between these two guys, Messiah on that Ari, got those Hawkshoes finally, got that Zhonya's, that is going to be huge in the next team fight. So we'll see how it goes. So in the meantime, it looks like Cool and OMG pushing down this middle tower.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of damage down onto it now. Not much World Elite can do about that. Still a little bit of health on it now. OMG quite content to roll with the waves here, roll with the ebb and flow of those creeps. Just going to throw some poke out as well, and of course a lot of potent poke. We've got the wild card following out, with the Mystic Shot, so a little bit difficult, and World Elite having to weather a bit of the storm for now. And we might see an engagement of the Descents Dust just miss on a Lovely, and that's an Oracle on that guys. Well, obviously it doesn't expire after death, but even still, that is definitely a player they want out of the game, World Elite.
Yeah, that's right. They've got 2 wards, in fact, in that mid lane, so they're just going to be food for Fizzip's Oracles there. And Cool looks like he's just going to be throwing out those wild cards. This is a very tense standoff, here in the mid lane. If World Elite can get engaged, they're going to go for it. But equally, they just got to be so careful that they don't get poked down, because all it takes is a few wild cards, and World Elite will lose an engagement.
Messiah off taking blue buff right now, kind of thinning the ranks a little bit, defending this mid turret. So that Iceborne Gauntlet has been completed already for San, and it's going to be very, very annoying for World Elite to try and deal with. Conversely, though, we're going to see an Infinity Edge shortly coming up for Wei Xiao to add to that Blade of the Ruined King. So in terms of items as well, we're starting to get up there. He's being spent, and is also being gained, and now World Elite decide that they want to push on in. We have seen Olaflin head back to base. And now World Elite are going to try and just, gain a foothold in that enemy jungle. They've got the outer turrets down. They still have their mid outer turret as well. So they're just trying to canvas the area now. Oh, Cool's going to blow that ult just for a bit of vision here. Just to have an idea of what World Elite are doing. And they are roaming as a pack.
Yeah, that's right there. And Cool just throwing those wild cards out like he's been doing. The Shurelya's has actually popped, but they're not going to be able to get the initiate. In the meantime, Loveland is kind of moving around the blue buff area. He was spotted out by that ward. Just getting some vision around the boundary.
Okay, so that Iceborne Gauntlet was actually what prevented World Elite from going on to that. I think they were considering it, and we saw that Mystic Shot come through with the proc and kind of slowed them up a little bit. So they can't really make much happen in that regard. Messiah going to take away some race here, so very much a bit of a lull period. In fact, we have not seen many big fights at all. Both these teams have a lot of respect for each other. and they don't really want to, make a mess of things as well. Very, very easy. The game builds up to this, critical mass where the one lost team fight or even one lost member of your team can mean absolute disaster. The World Elite are definitely valuing Baron. They're giving a lot of time, a lot of thought here. They're trying to clear the wards all around it. Fizif is on ward clearing duty, and he's got a bit of a bodyguard there as well.
Yeah, that's right there. So Fizif on that Thresh, obviously with that Oracle still popped, he's just going to be, moving around there and getting a bit of vision back in World Elite's favour.
Okay, OMG positioning himself here near the blue buff and River. They're trying to clear out wards as well. This might be where things come to a head here. Big Pomelo is going to try. Oh, the cocoon goes on. Will be followed up by Death Sentence. Yes, Big Pomelo is dragged, but World Elite don't want anything to do with that. They were not in position. So very, very tentative play from both teams here.
It certainly is there, but we can see Xiaomei just getting a bit of damage onto Loveland. In the meantime,
going head straight on in. Look at the engagement. That was good one. Going to be followed up on the tidal wave as well. The thundering maelstrom comes out from Kennen. Look how low Messiah is. He's still alive, but he's caught in on the edge of the fight. Death Sentence hits on the Big Pomelo. Lovely takes out control. Messiah is still alive somehow from the very edges of the team fight. Lovely going to go super, super low. Only one casualty in that fight, and that was Troll that went down. And my God, World Elite are lucky it wasn't more with the way they walked straight into that oncoming engagement from Going.
Yeah, that was, like you said, very fortunate. It's the only way to put it, for World Elite there. And, OMG, they're going to be pretty happy with that one and probably going to pick up this tower.
And why not as well? They managed to force a 5v4 sort of situation. They were looking fairly healthy after that fight as well. Fantastic engagement, followed up by a tidal wave. World Elite did not know what hit them. That ward was, I don't know what happened there. Honestly, they fell apart. I don't know if it was a lack of vision in that bush for them. It must have been, because they walked up and going, he was coming in.
Yeah, that's right there. So just to double check, in terms of game time up the top, I'm at 29:52, 53:54 there. So hopefully that's all good now. In the meantime, though, the Dragon is up, and we're seeing Xiaomei and crew from World Elite rotate towards that one. Looks like that's going to be taken out, and OMG, they're not going to have a response for that.
Alright, so I've just scaled it back 1 second. I think it was maybe 1 second out of time there, but we should be okay. It's hard. It's like calibrating, the Large Hadron Collider in CERN or something. Quite tricky to get sort of in time here, but hopefully that should be fine. Gold Elite's still very, very close. 400, 3 turrets apiece now. So that early advantage that World Elite brought up with those turrets, they were 3 and 1. OMG have now brought back, and that was a fantastic engagement, of course. And that's what's really allowed them to even the odds here. It is such a close game, and it's not a bloodbath either. We've seen bloodbaths that have been close, but this one is much the opposite. Both teams, a lot of respect, a lot of measured play, not taking too many undue risks. But right now, OMG are coming off with a bit of momentum after that last fight.
Yeah, so I mean, OMG, they're getting some vision around Baron at the moment, so looks like Loveland there just going to back off, and we're really starting to get some power spikes in terms of items on their side as well. Cool. He's got that, he's got that Lich Bane building towards what I'd expect is a Zhonya's as well. So also the Runic Bulwark finished off on Loveland. That's going to be negating a lot of the damage coming out of WE.
Okay, WE now mostly around this mid lane here. We do have Cool splitting towards the bottom side. Destiny is available. And use that to start some fights or even tune the tide of a team fight if that is required. One M's got the Oracles on him as well. The Fizif man just rolling around trying to get a foothold here, and it's been very back and forth, very stiff competition. But now World Elite feel like they've got position to maybe make a start on this Baron, or at least bait a fight. But there is a pink ward there from OMG, and OMG are well and truly aware.
Yeah, that's right. OMG, they might look for the initiate here. Messiah actually with the charm, but I know World Elite, I feel as though they could fight this, but looks like they're going to.
Well, we just see the Zhonya's coming out there. Oh, look at this. Wow, Xiaomei comes straight on in there. Cool's going to get fairly low to that Thundering Maelstrom. We are going to see as well the Zhonya's pop there. Wow, Fizif gets completely popped. Going sort of on the outer there. He's going to jump straight on in. Troll taking heavy damage. San is still full health. Cool is still very close to full health. And we have seen though a kill. We do see Going finally go down. They had a tense engagement, and that was a 1-for-2 trade for World Elite. Messiah jumps straight on in there with that Spirit Rush. Lovely and getting a little bit too close to cover. Oh, we do see Wei Xiao drop. He manages to drop out of that stealth and picks up that kill as well. Oh, Cool dropping as well. If they just backed off, if OMG just took their time, they would have been okay. But we did see Wei Xiao getting close under his stealth, and he popped right out there, and that was another 2 kills that fell for World Elite. Now they're going to think about Baron.
Yeah, that's right. And World Elite's composition, that's exactly how we saw it being, used to its fullest effect, as they might drop
They can't take Baron. Now look how low they are. 3 players, less than 300 health. We're going to see Wei Xiao go away as well. He's slowed up. San was still full health in that fight, but wasn't really able to make the impact that he wanted. He's out of mana right now, but that true shot barrage was what saved OMG from losing that Baron to World Elite. Fantastic play.
Yes, and a little bit of a hero move for OMG, and it looks like he's going to be building towards a Bloodthirster next. Probably going to be able to pick that one up now. In fact, he's got 1.6k, so maybe not, but we will wait and see. Yes, no, there it is. It is completed, as is his Miramana. So that is done as well. Nice big power spike there for San. And it's obviously going to help in the next sort of few team fights, sieges, of course. Now that he's got that extra AD, he's also picked himself up a little bit of magic resist, so should be pretty helpful.
Alright, World Elite now positioning himself just sort of spread a fair bit. Obviously Baron's still very much an important consideration, but they need something's got to give. It's something they've got to pull out that Jenga block at the bottom of the stack to see which team is going to be left standing. So at the moment, just going to take away jungle camps, try and get as strong as they can, make sure they can hit as many items as possible now before they start this fight. Besides, got that blue buff there. That's still up for a fair while, so hopefully still have that when it comes to team fight time. Going also, can I just say, has that blue pot ticking on him as well. So definitely was keen for a fight, and that's mostly expired, but even still, definitely gave him a bit of an edge in that last little engagement. However, after that World Elite, it went back and forth. Very good positioning from Wei Xiao. It was just incredible play. And still it was turned around just by San and that true shot barrage. Around here, around in this Baron pit, this is where a lot of the fights are happening, of course, and now we're going to see some wall clearing activities going on. World Elite, very, very tightly clumped together. Lovely, and throwing out the Sonic Wave, trying to get some scouting done, to no avail.
Yeah, that's right there. So, I mean, Troll and crew, pushing towards this middle lane. Obviously, in any sort of, extended siege, OMG, with their comp, they're definitely going to be able to have they're definitely going to have the advantage, I should say. But it doesn't look like they want that. They're going back to Baron. Might try something like a Baron bait. That could definitely work in their favour, but there we are. That's just counted it.
That's right. Cool's got the Destiny available just to see exactly what's going on. Fizz, hiding in the bush won't help you against that, mate. Sorry. As World Elite have to back off from that one. And, they're doing well. They are picking times where World Elite are going to sort of push waves out. But look at this, though. Troll might be able to collapse in here with the rest. We might see a Cocoon. Oh, was the Arcane shift out of it, though. Fair enough. And that's probably what you'd expect. 50 try and lock down Ezreal with a Cocoon. No engagement yet for World Elite.
Yeah, that's right there. So, in the meantime, looks like World Elite, they're certainly looking for the engagement. That's what they need to do. They can't afford to be poked down by this team from OMG. And we see the blue bar still there from Troll.
Yeah, he actually walks up and takes that way. That's going to be a bit of a thorn in the side of OMG. Probably more insult than injury at this stage. But World Elite now, again, they want this Baron. They've got vision around it, they know, because they've been roaming quite happily through this area. However, OMG, they're on the ball right now. There's obviously no Destiny available for Cool on Twisted Fate. The World Elite are just trying to bait them into something here. You see the Sonic Wave hit onto one end, but there'll be no follow-up.
Yeah, that's right there. So, Loveland potentially going to look to back off there. Slightly dangerous move, I should say. Excuse me. But there we are. That Baron is actually checked by a true shot barrage from Sam.
Well, it wasn't just that, actually. The true shot barrage clipped Wei Xiao, so it was scouted out as well. So essentially, OMG are doing a fantastic job of gaining intelligence and information from a long way away. They've got the kit for it, I suppose, when you think about Destiny and true shot barrage. So World Elite, again, another attempt at taking Baron completely stifled, and they're going to have to back away and do what they've been doing, i.e. push lanes, take jungle camps, and get more money.
Yeah, that's right. So, looks like Big Pamela and Go going, just clearing out a few wards around that Baron, and OMG, they're going to be taking out this Dragon as well.
Yeah, they will take that one, obviously, with World Elite not really in position. It's very much a seesaw kind of game. When World Elite have to go back to push waves and take their jungle, that's when OMG come in and clear wards, and then vice versa, and then vice versa. So, very, very hard for either team to get sort of ahead in this situation, or gain pole position, heading into coming engagements. Lovely, going to take a little bit of damage from the vulnerable spiraling there. Fizz fairly heavily extended here. Going to run back and try and join up with the rest of his team. Wei Xiao might want a bit of an engagement in from the side. So that Dragon from OMG, the gold is 100 gold. It's about as close as they get. I hope I'm conveying that to you guys. Nice little Cocoon on going. Troller, we're going to see the Destiny pop. Where will Cool come? Probably nowhere, actually. I think World Elite are going to back away from this one as well. They now know they have a window where that ult is not available for Cool. This is where they want to try and pick some fights, but they're roaming together as a team. No one's fighting 1v1 or 2v1 even. World Elite sticking together.
And what's interesting in this game for me is that, cool on that Twisted Fate. He hasn't actually been split pushing at all. He's solely used the Destiny just as a vision tool, pretty much, just to check where World Elite are and see where OMG need to respond. As we see there, Loveland just misses the Q onto Messiah.
Okay, now so OMG all pushing up the mid here. Well, this is where World Elite had a fight last time, and that Cocoon was sort of flashed away from, or arcane shifted, should I say. But now, a lot of poking over team. OMG using all the ones that you don't want to hook and putting them between their squishies and World Elite. Good positioning from them now. World Elite didn't want to fight on that one. They did not want the death sentence, onto Going or Loveland. They're trying to get an opening here, but they're being very, very careful about it. And so often, teams are just passing each other in mid lane, giving each other a high five, and going their separate ways. Still, a complete deadlock here, and 10 kills to 4, but the gold lead is 100, and it's going to be in about 40 minutes very, very soon. No Baron take, but World League going to start this one off now. They've actually got vision, so that's probably the most important part. OMG, they smell something's up. They've got some wards, but not enough over on the Baron area. So World League going to get a good start on that now. OMG need to stop this one. Very, very crucial. We do see Visit going to zone off there. Does miss the death sentence. But World League finally, with their clever positioning, which is what we've been seeing, their vision control has been superb. They take away the Baron.
Yeah, great play there by World Elite, and we actually saw just as that Baron's being started, Sand sent that True Shot Barrage down into the bot lane. So that was a teamfight tool which OMG didn't have anyway. And after that, World Elite, if they were going to win a team fight before, if they were in a good sort of 5v5 position before the Baron, now they are almost unstoppable in a 5v5 fight. So OMG definitely going to be looking to play even more defensively than they have been so far, and probably just turtle it up, push some waves, maybe get a little bit of poke if World Elite do decide to siege another tower.
Alright, so with Baron down, not too much investment into things like Oracles at the moment. World Elite want to push. They want to start a fight. They've got that Shirelles that's been on Fizzit for God knows how long now. Oh wow, the Going goes straight on in there, but only manages to engage on the Wei Xiao. But that's where they want. Wei Xiao manages to take the dark passage out of there, should I say. Going now caught amongst the middle of it there. Reduces on his spot. Oh, Xiaomei wants a piece of this one. Takes down Loveland. Going forced to back away under that tower. The gold card coming out from Cool, but we do see a flash as well. Nice work with a disengage there from that Iceborne Gauntlet, but Loveland is going to drop. World Elite happy with that fight. Fizzit just going to hang around the edge, might try and get a distance on the big Camelo, but I think that's going to be another tower going in favour of World Elite.
Yeah, it definitely should be there, and even though that was only a 1-for-0 trade, I feel as though World Elite sort of maybe were looking for a little bit more than that, but at the end of the day, they may even try for this bottom second tier tower as well. It looks to be the one they're going for.
They did not see Going coming in, but a fantastic dark passage from Fizzit managed to get Wei Xiao right out of trouble. And now the 5v4, still plenty of help from World Elite as well. So I think OMG are just going to, their bark is going to be stronger than their bite right now, and World Elite's going to back off anyway.
Yeah, that's right. So OMG at this point in the game, let's take a little look while we've got a bit of a, slowish point. World Leader backing off at the items. So we've got, Going. He's picked himself up the Sunfire Cape, looking towards. He's more sort of buying big items at the moment because obviously that, that Giant's Belt and the Chain Vest could be going into a Randuin's. So I'd probably expect that to be picked up next because Wei Xiao, he's really looking strong and scary at this point in the game for World League. We saw him last fight, OMG, they sort of isolated him and said, we need to initiate onto Wei Xiao, but the fantastic Lantern from Fizzit, that just, completely turned the fight around.
That's right, we've seen Quicksilver Slash coming up now for Wei Xiao, so wants to be able to shrug off some of that CC. Runic Bulwark also coming up for Troll, and we have also seen the Oracle's being picked up again for Fizzit, so again on ward clearing duty right now. And if you look at Big Camelo, Oracles is active on that lovely lady as well. But as I talk, after trash, we have almost a semi-team fight here. Spray and Pray coming across the wall. Fizzit forced to back right away.
He drops.
Damage. So, yeah, you're 1-for-1 there for World Elite. The Spray and Pray was coming across the wall for that entire time. And I feel a bit bad for sort of trying to be funny while there was a team fight happening. But a 1-for-1, really, not too much to write home about there. I like Wei Xiao's positioning just then. I don't know if you saw that, but he just stood over the ridge, spraying paying into a couple.
Yeah, that's right. So 1-for-1, support for support, and nothing like you said to write home about at the moment. And looks like World Elite just going to back off. probably wait until Fizzif is back up. That box is a pretty important, ability to gain in the fight, as well as, of course, that spray and pray on Wei Xiao. So they're not going to be making any major moves anytime soon until those cooldowns and the death timers are up.
Okay, so Dragon being pinged, and Dragon is up. There's some attention now for both teams, especially OMG. They've got the water on it right now. Looks like World Elite have a time, though, so they're going to make their way down there. And OMG not really in any position to do anything about this one now. So World Elite try and get a little bit of extra gold. The gold feed is blown out a little bit more as well. Now with that Dragon being taken, it's about 4.5k, in favour of World Elite. Still a pittance at this stage of the game as well. But their turret, they're 6-3, which is sort of the more important part. World Elite play like this. They generally are not so aggressive. They like to be more decisive. And right now, they're doing everything right, I like to think. They've got, they've got those tower lead. They've managed to take Dragon away as well. They're going to try and continue to clear Vision, and we are seeing Oracles now. It's just a fixer. They're going to be purchased whenever available now, because Vision is key.
Yeah, that's right there. And, Vision this game, it's sort of been, I want to say, focus. Both of these teams, they haven't really had, the whole sort of map lit up. Like sometimes we see they're really more focused on the areas of the map that, that we've seen the fighting in, that we've seen the objectives contesting, whether it be Dragon, Baron, or in this case, around the sort of middle lane. We've got so many wards from both teams, like we can see, just dotted around the place there.
I feel like this marks a real evolution of Chinese teams after All Stars. Warding was not, they warded, let's be honest, but a lot of overextensions were occurring. Now they are taking no chances. Players getting caught out. There's always a team behind them to sort of back them up. These guys are sticking together. They're not turtling per se. They're just making sure that they can protect, the support who is trying to clear, or someone who's trying to take a buff away. Both these teams are being very, very patient about this. But look at this. We might see OMG caught slightly out of position. World Elite going to push a wave into this tower, but they're not going to try and do any damage to it.
No, that's right. They're cool getting back in time for that one, and it looks like World Elite. I like the way they're playing at the moment. Sticking as 5, and against a Twisted Fate, against Cool. That's pretty much what you have to do, especially with their team comp that is pretty strong at fighting 5v5. Always, we might be seeing the engage.
That's right. Aurelius has popped, and they're trying to get on go. Going big. Pomelo goes so low. That's the voice star from the side doing some serious work now. The flash, their sentence does miss. Loveland trying to reply with a bit of Sonic wave action as well. World Elite got that one, and I don't think OMG want to make an extended sort of pushing match out of this one. They did lose Big Pomelo. Crucial, the tidal wave was already used, but a crucial member down. World Elite now, using that Aurelius to run across. And I was thinking to myself, this would be a time that Cool might want to use his Destiny just to see what World Elite are up to, because they wouldn't have been visible on any part of the map. But for that one moment, OMG let their guard down and had a massive engagement. That's what that Aurelius is for. They first wanted to go on the going by the looks, but they were quite happy with Big Pomelo. Oh, the charm hits on the Loveland now. Loveland going to have to get on out of there, though, with the flash.
Yeah, it was a bit of a close shave there by Loveland. Obviously going to be life-stealing that back up, and I don't think World Elite are going to sacrifice in mid-tower for Baron. Rotating towards it now, and it's funny, even though it is technically a 4v5 at the moment, World Elite don't really value Big Pomelo enough to say, oh yeah, well, we outnumber them, so we should just go all in. And it looks like they're just going to be playing it safe. It's kind of waiting around the Baron area, moving towards mid now, and just sort of a rinse and repeat scenario.
I'm telling you, Messiah's Ari is getting absolutely terrifying. Void Staff, Death Cap, and of course, with the Abyssal Scepter on her, plus the Zhonya's, she's doing a heck of a lot of damage. And this is the Ari you like to be playing. This is the Ari, 3 kills, 0 deaths, 6 assists when you get to late game, or you can destroy targets so very, very quickly. And you have the defensiveness from the Zhonya's there to back you up. So a bit of ward clearing in the Baron pit there. World Elite, again, just trying to stamp their mark, stamp their authority over this key objective.
Yeah, that's right there. So, World Elite looks like, we've got a bit of a lull in the action. Let's take a look at the items here. And Wei Xiao, I've just noticed as well, he has not dropped in this game so far. And as he goes back, how much gold does he have in the bank? Only 800, so not going to be able to purchase too much. But look, he's almost 6 items.
That's right, he's getting very, very scary. There's no doubt. And of course, Sans Blue Ezreal is approaching that mark as well. It's got the quick silver sash, and that will be what he has to sort of top things off. So we'll have to see when it sort of obviously goes into probably Mercurial Scimitar there, and we might see some freaky little 6-item League of Legends builds, but we'll have to wait and see now. San, a little bit caught out there, but no attempt from World Elite to try and catch him. We'll see the Sonic Wave go on to Fizzip as well, providing vision, but World Elite say, you know what, no, we're taking this, we're going to work on this Baron, and they're actually very, very serious about this right now. We do see Fizzip is just sort of sitting on the edges here. Tidal Wave comes in, misses completely. Oh, the field goal is good, and now we're going to see the lock and engage. Looks like World Elite want to fight this one out. Messiah on the side, doing a heck of a lot of damage to Lovely in there. Salme does pop his Zonias. Wiley's got the twice in Maelstrom up. Right out, takes down Cool. Sun still looking fairly healthy. The box is going to come down. Doing next to drop. Messiah is on top of Sun. The Blaze of Rock goes down. Oh, it's all about World Elite right now, ladies and gentlemen. That is a clean ace, and it's going to be a Baron for them. Maybe World Elite just might be back.
That's right, an ace for none. Who would have thought after that engagement? You know, we saw that was just such a great, you know, sort of not disengage, but OMG, they didn't get the engage. I don't know what, it's so hard. That was so insane.
I don't think they can do much about it. I think this might even for a surrender out from OMG. So our clients generally disconnect when the game's over, so I don't think that the game's still going. Like, I know this is probably it, because World Elite now have Baron. There's still 30 seconds plus respawn time is on a lot of these OMG guys now. World Elite are going to try and shove it straight down the middle. They're taking that inhibitor as well. Minute down, they're going to go straight onto the base, so wasting no time. OMG are still at least 10 seconds from being back. My game's going to disconnect, and that means that World Elite are taking game 1 of this best of 3 series against OMG.
World Elite, well played to them, of course, and that was a very well-deserved game. They were patient all throughout. You know, it was a sort of calculated game, maybe one that we weren't, you know, too used to seeing for the likes of World Elite, but you know, very well played to them. And as we can see, Wei Xiao, that game, the end of it, did not die once. Neither did Messiah.